Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a fantastic day. So we're here today with Rogue's Gallery, Animal Crossing New Horizons song by the Stupendium. So this is going to be the third and final Animal Crossing song that the Stupendium has made. So far they've been, honestly, what I would describe as pure, unadulterated bangers. That's what they've been. So I'm actually very much looking forward to seeing Rogue's Gallery. Now, I actually don't know the timeline of these. I don't know which one came first. I don't know which one came second. I don't know which one came third. So I don't actually know the orders of how they were made and how they were released. But I am still looking forward to actually, seeing this one. Now, it might not really work story-wise. But then again, I thought the last one that I reacted to was the first one because of Tom Nook, but that it turned out that came out after Hook, Nook, Line, and Sinker. So maybe there is no story that links them, but besides the theme of the game, which is obviously Animal Crossing. But I don't actually know. I don't know. Maybe I'll come across something and I'm like, wait a second, this should be number one at the timeline. Because when it comes to timelines, I care. When it comes to timelines, I care. And not just for Animal Crossing, for everything. Timelines are very, 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 very important. There's been many discussions on one particular video game book that then ultimately got a book to explain the timeline, and that is, of course, I'm talking about Zelda, the Zelda series, which the timeline is a mess. Now we are here with Animal Crossing's New Horizons song, Rogue Gallery. So I would say let us hop right in. Now, as always, please go ahead and check out the original one in the which I'll have linked in the description down below. Besides that though, let's get started. Is that going to be too loud? I don't know. Let's see. We're going to get started. Is it in? Yeah, it is. 4K. Probably can't do 4K with my new internet. But hey. We'll see. Stupendium! Stupendium.
I may not look it, but I went to an art school, you know.
Okay.
I stole like 8 crates of acrylic before I tripped the alarm.
Enjoy.
Anywho, what can I do for you, pal?
Alright, he's got the best. I can't actually. Of course he would have the best, because I can't think of anyone else that wears costumes, alright? But he's got the best costumes on the internet, from what I've seen. Now again, of course he'd have the best, because I don't know anyone else who wears costumes for their videos, but I always like the costumes that he's wearing.
What can I do
The
for you,
furry
pal?
suit.
You look like a fine upstanding island representative, the kind to understand an enterprise when they're presented with
Okay.
access to a wonderland of fine authentic decoratives.
Okay.
Except that there's just a chance you might detect their attitude.
Hey.
It's nothing new, why it's simple etiquette.
All fake.
Gotta lose or else the price is not
Competitive.
I may be discredited, but you need some art exhibits, and I'm the only guy upon this island who is selling it. Got a little bit of post-impressionism, neoclassical surrealism art.
Alright, we're straight up to the Renaissance period, and you've got a picture of Van Gogh here. Okay.
On this island who is selling it. Got a little bit of post-impressionism, neoclassical surrealism art nouveau. But if you hit me with the host of questions, quiz and be all asking if it's real, well, it's hard to know, but it probably is. Would I lie to you?
Yeah, of course you would.
What a statue. I got a whole load, and it's all loaded. They don't go, then the whole might smash through.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Okay.
No distractions, no receipts.
This beat goes hard. This beat goes, and he's riding this beat very nicely.
Smash through. Satisfaction guaranteed. No retractions, no receipts. Refund laws may stand on land,
But not on this island.
Uh-huh.
This is Pirates Land.
Head down to the beach. I wouldn't cheat you, pal, with family. You want the Venus to mile for no so please. Think it's not a tello's gonna fall out of an oak tree. Like another barge is gonna barge in back into your garden with a better bargain. There won't be and a sweet deal or a real Michael.
I caught that. Not just the lyrics here, but this right here. Yeah, I'm not missing that. Okay.
A sweet deal or
So we had Donatello, Michelangelo. Damn, the Ninja Turtles are getting jealous.
Go to a guy in a van for my Van Goghs. Can't be picky when you're picking up Picasso. Doesn't even matter where you paint it, where your hand goes. Screw your turnips, I can turn a profit.
Down.
Pointed paper from discerning patrons, no return to trade-ins. All these bargains I got for use. Here's a little trick that I'd hate to lose.
Hate to lose. Okay.
Here's a little trick that I'd hate to lose. You ain't got no data peruse. Try it and I'll make you pay for the view. You haven't got the money for a mani on my teeth, but I probably got a mana you can have it on the cheap. I can meal it by the million. It's more than I can keep, so you really better buy them or I'll toss them in the deep. You bought your Hieronymus Bosch outright? Gosh, how nice. Want advice? You could have bought a lot of...
One of my favorite pictures. This right here. One of my favorite... It's not quite that, but it's one of my favorite pictures of all time. One of my favorite classical paintings. And I really like... I know it's kind of off topic now, but we're talking about paintings here, right? We're talking about the Rogues Gallery. It's one of my favorite paintings because it was mimicked, copied per se, by Kentaro Miura, who's still writing and drawing the Berserk manga, and he did like his own version of this, and it's even creepier and even better. This is already one of my favorite paintings. I like paintings, in case you can't tell. I like art in general. I think people underappreciate art nowadays. I think it's an issue. Personally, I'll get into that at the end, but I love this painting. It's one of my favorites.
Gosh, how nice. Want advice? You could have bought a lot of Botticellis with the fella with the jetty for a knockdown price.
He is really newly fake. Truly fake. I mean, real. Ain't nobody gonna tell the difference.
Of this painting, I have grave news to share with you. This work of art is a fake.
Gosh, it's a fake. The audacity to say it's fake.
Grave news to share with you. This work of art is a fake. What kind of wretched scoundrel would commit such fraudulent forgery to canvas? Oh, that hurts. Satisfaction guaranteed. No retractions, no receipts. Refund laws may stand on land, but not transactions plan to see. So if you've a gallery lacking in a masterpiece, head down to the beach. I wouldn't cheat you, pal.
With family.
Can't afford all the money I charge. Forgery, that's a loving homage. No, I'm not. I'm a Renaissance fox.
One way to spin it.
Only a little don't be frugal, buy that brutal. I got day, got the day.
Okay.
Sure, that's sure I would look great at your place. I got a lot of cost to offset. I spent a lot of dollar on that Bob Ross box set. So any members of the management might have a happy little accident if they object.
Damn it! I was just about to say it, and he says it for me. Happy little accident.
Box set. So any members of the management might have a happy little accident if they object to my entrepreneurial oeuvre, largely consistent of raiding the Louvre, taking the payments and tracing the loot, then passing the savings directly to you.
Okay, son. Okay.
Quite accidentally sell the original. Bam. Residents purchase the evidence, saves me from shredding them. Plus they're the criminals. Say I'm a fake and it hurts. Say I'm just after a way to your place. Say that to my face, you'll save on the heist. You don't need to wait for a day being heist. So if your podunk little home wants cultural acclaim, there's just one choice of vendor friend and crazy
okay. Okay.
Satisfied and someone gets the blame. You can canvass all my customers. They'll tell you I was framed. Tom Nook here with an island announcement.
I was framed. Okay.
At the back of the island. Do not talk to him. Alright? Hey, that's my cue to go. But, that 8-foot stone head you ordered?
Starry Night.
I'll mail it to you. How big's your mailbox? Hey, you. Yeah, you. Thanks for watching the video.
And a massive thanks to all the schmucks over on
course, the
Patreon for
Patreons.
funding this little operation. You really keep the wheels turning over here.
If you like the video, then why not leave me a little comment?
Always
you know,
try
like
to
with a thumbs up, hit the subscribe, ring the little
find
ding,
none
you
of
know.
your
And
biz.
if you really like to check the playlist for more of these things, check out the Patreon, check out the merch store, the whole kit and caboodle. In the meantime, I got to be going, because I got like 24 genuine Mona Lisas coming in a tree, and my clocks keep melting. I have no idea what time it is.
2008. 2008. As someone that likes art, I'm not an expert on the field, of course, but as someone that appreciates art, I'm actually kind of old school in that manner. I very much appreciate the amount of art pieces that were in here was stupendous. Absolutely stupendous. The amount of art that was in here. Yeah, again, I'm very much old school in this manner, that I actually like art, whereas I feel like most people my generation, they wouldn't, or they don't appreciate art as much. And I know I'm definitely in the minority here, at least on this section of YouTube, but I still what's the right way to phrase it? I still wouldn't consider myself an expert, but I wouldn't consider myself a lot more fascinated. Because for me, the way I look at art, and it goes to music as well in this case, and generally, you know, music is the thing that I am more familiar with. But I always appreciate artists in any form of fashion that have to put in a lot of time, a lot of effort for it all to accumulate, and then for it all to only happen in an instant. In music, you spend years and years and years either singing, either composing, either learning the instruments, whatever sort of instruments, writing a symphony, whatever. Right? You spend years and years gaining all those skills to get to that stage where you can do it. In this case, obviously with the Stupendium, it's a bit of like it's I'd say rhyming. Writing a narrative story that rhymes, almost poetry really, and then like you put a beat to it, that's kind of what rhyme and beat, R&B, I guess. That's kind of what it is. But yeah, you gain all those skills over time, and to then compose or to then create one piece, not the show, but one piece, and that's always what I've been most fascinated by. It's why I started learning instruments, because I wanted to like gain those skills, to then for it all to accumulate into one moment. And it's kind of what like this as well, and it's obviously why I'm talking about is because of the art. All these artists, you always see their finished products. You see these Starry Nights, the Mona Lisas, and so on and so forth, but you don't see all the failures. You don't see all the wrong paintings, the wrong the skills that they had to acquire. You don't see them learning and understanding, wait, I need to mesh this color with that color. Ooh, what if I try and do this and that? You don't see their failures. You only see their successes. And I feel like it's very important to highlight failure as well. But I always very much appreciate these skills where you don't see the successes along the way. You might see the development, yes, but you don't necessarily see the successes until a point where everything comes together, where everything is right, where everything seems to be perfect. In this case, obviously, let's talk about the song a little bit. In this case, it's the beat going together with Stupendium's natural. It's almost difficult to say natural, because again, he's got so many different styles. He's just from what I've heard already, he's got so many different styles of music. But just hear me out for now. Him combining with the beat to create a song that can be enjoyed not just now, but 10 years. Well, I guess 10 years down the line, we'll see how fondly people will be of New Horizons. But something that can be enjoyed even in the future. It's all that work that he built up for this specific moment. Now, Animal Crossing. Let's talk about Animal Crossing a little bit. Animal Crossing. Rogues Gallery. Do people care if it's a real or a fake? He brings up a good point, honestly. He brings up a good point. Whereas, like, if you can't tell whether it's real or fake, is it really fake or is it really real? Like, does it matter? If you believe it's real, isn't that real enough? I'm a real boy, you know, in that kind of vein. But there are some very good points that are being made in this song. The outfit, as always, on point with I'm assuming that's an apron, right? With the apron on it as well, the bunny ears, but then I also very much like the light bulb. You know, I like the not just the light bulb. What I'm talking about is like specifically the animation for like the background objects. In this case, it really highlights, or it's really illuminated by the light bulb, pun fully intended, but it's also sprinkled with like all these you know, obvious and clear masterpieces, let's call it that, because the word is right here on my screen. You know, obviously we're getting some Van Gogh here. We had mentions, I feel like, of almost most of the like big, when you think of like big art, not just art, but when you think of like the big painters, the big even set pieces, even the big locations such as the Louvre. What do you say? So like Toulouse, that was pretty sweet. I don't think I would have put Bob Ross in here, but again, he is an influential one. Not maybe because of his, well, that's Discord going off in the background. Maybe not because necessarily because of his talent, but because he was so influential in getting people interested in art itself, and that's obviously not an easy thing to do, because art is very much it's very much like improvisation on the piano, which is, I guess, the instrument I can relate to the most. Well, it's very much like improvisation on the piano, whereas like it makes sense to you, and you're trying as much to convey whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking to other people, and that sometimes the message can get lost, but sometimes that message can come across perfectly and create a everlasting memory. But then you get this picture, I'm like, okay. He actually looks kind of freaky here as well, the way he's sitting, like, the shadows and everything's like, okay. Tarted, of course. And then, well, he was framed. He was framed, ladies and gentlemen. I like that as well. NIIPD, New Island, Nook Inc. Island. There we go. It says it right there at the bottom. I was like trying to think of like, what's the new island? No, Nook Inc. Island. There we go. Damn. So we've had 3 Animal Crossing raps, or 3 Animal Crossing songs, I should say. And I don't know which one is my favorite now. I want to go Nook, Line, and Sinker. But that's because that's, in a way, it's like the reverse, not really the reverse nostalgia, but it really is like nostalgia just speaking right now. It's the one that I did first, so I've got like that one least stuck in my memory. It's difficult. I don't know which one I prefer the most right now, to be completely honest. Like, if I actually think about all 3 of them and try and analyze them in great detail, I actually say they're equal. I know it's kind of a cop-out. I know that's a cop-out. Like, oh, I don't know, we're equal. Like, okay, come on, give us a real answer. But no, I would actually say that they all have their own charm. They're all different enough to be unique, not just in presentation, but also in the vocals and theme. Yeah, you know what? I'm saying they're all equal. IMO, in my opinion, I think they're all on par. I want to know from you lot, though, what you think. Which one are your favorites? Which one did you like the most out of the 3 Animal Crossing raps from this Stupendium? Besides that, though, ladies and gentlemen, I will be seeing all of you in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out, and as always, bye.